is hypersensitive. So there are just so many things that there's just so many variables going on. But one of the things that we know definitely, people are getting addicted to the Game Station Nation, which is a book about addiction to a lot of these games. The Pokemon phenomenon in Japan, that poor kid who died after playing for 3 days or something, or 4 days, could not stop playing. Now you can say those are anomalous cases, but nonetheless they're there, and if they're affecting small numbers, what are they doing to the greater number of people? If that's the extreme of the effect, what is a moderate effect? The young boy that had 7 headshots in Virginia went to school and killed 7 kids with headshots. The FBI said that they didn't have marksmen that could do that because he was killing them as they were running away. Well, it turned out he had a game at his house that his father had gotten him for his birthday where you got points for shooting people in the head. And so you can say, well, that's an isolated case, but Dave Grossman wrote a book, Lieutenant Colonel Dave Grossman. He taught a new science at West Point called Killology, which is the psychology of killing, and he's written several books now. I mean, this is one of the foremost researchers in that field. He's written several books, Stop Teaching Our Children to Kill, because what he shows is all of this technology was developed by the military to desensitize people into being able to kill other people, and this stuff has trickled down into mainstream. And yet we say, well, freedom of speech. Everybody has a right to produce what they do. This is having an effect. We have the problems in pornography as well. The number one downloading that's going on the internet is pornography in the United States. There's more porn being downloaded than any other thing on the internet. What type of young people is that going to do? What's going to happen to these young people that are 15 years old and instead of like 30 years ago being exposed to a Playboy or something like that, they're exposed to live pornography online, and they have access to that. What's that going to do? In Princeton, they had a conference that I was part of on pornography, and they had a neuroscientist there saying that based on their studies, people that become addicted to pornography, their minds get rewired. The neuroplasticity of the brain actually results in complete changes. So we've got people out there that literally that have different brain connectivity than normal people because they've been watching very powerful visual stimulus over long periods of time. So a lot of this technology, we don't know the types of harm that these technologies are causing. My own teacher, Sheikh Abdullah bin Bayya, when he came to the West, he noticed all these people walking around with headphones, and he said that's a really bad sign because they're in their own world. And he said, we live in a shared world, and it's important for us to be together. I mean, he's from West Africa, where this idea of disappearing into your own world is not a normal thing. And yet we see that in Berkeley, on the Berkeley campus.